Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Dojo Live. It's Monday, March 15th, 2021. We're one month away from tax day for those of you here in the U.S. Fun day, huh? So anyway, welcome to the recap show. We're going to be recapping 4 shows from last week, 4 shows in 10 minutes. At least we're going to try to do it in 10 minutes. You think we can do it, guys? Yeah, I think we can do it. We got about 2 minutes per show.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Probably,
So if we move
or
fast
less,
enough,
or
we talk
less.
fast. So here's the thing: we had 4 shows. I'm going to announce them, and then each one of us maybe we'll just pick one up, one each, and then we'll get it done. All right, first show: powering up our digital lives with Bob Miles, who's the CEO and founder of Salad Technologies. That was about using CPU power from your personal computer to help mine blockchain. It was an interesting, and in return you get gifts and rewards, and it was an interesting conversation. The second one we had was leveraging AR and VR to accelerate field worker qualifications and capabilities with Samuel Akey, who's with Avangrid. That was about using augmented reality to help field technicians repair things, using virtual reality for training purposes, for testing. Interesting conversation there. A lot of opportunities that can come out of that. Then third, we had the role of transparency in a growing company with clients, users, and ourselves with RachelRachel, Vice President of Experience at realync. We talked about the importance of doing that internally in the organization and how that impacts how we serve customers.
Yockey.
And then finally, dilution is not the solution. Talking about financing beyond venture capital with Miguel Fernandez, who's the CEO and co-founder of Capchase. All right, so we had 4 shows. I'll pick up the one with AR, VR, because that was Wednesday morning. You guys weren't on that show, but you guys could pick up the other one. How's that sound? Who wants to go first?
Ladies first. Go ahead, Cam.
All right. Well, I have to warn you. My
let's
house
bring
around
the fun energy.
We'll try to do this.
Let's bring the fun energy to the show, Cam.
Kim has a co-hostess.
I have
Zoe.
2 right now. One's currently in the bathroom yelling for help. So anyway, let's talk about that. As transparent as I can possibly be, we can talk about with Rachel Yockey. I really liked it. The company culture that they have and that they're creating here at realync. And guys, I don't think I could do this right now. I'm so sorry.
This is way more entertaining than the recap we're going to be doing.
Absolutely. Let's all tune into Kim right now.
I'm being too transparent.
Live from Kim's house.
It's great. The need to be able to be transparent across your teams and kind of build that culture from the very bottom. How they're going about doing that at realync. Really great conversation, nice ideas, and especially in a company that has experienced a lot of growth over this past year. And how, so if you have experienced growth quickly, are experiencing that, and are looking for ways to keep your team transparent, that will be the show for you to watch for sure.
Awesome. Carlos, what about you? Which one stood out for you?
The 3 of them, I guess. I mean, I found the 3 of them. It's hard to decide, but if I were to pick one, like right now, I think I would definitely go with the one of dilution is not the solution. Financing beyond venture capitalists, and especially because of the fact that there's it's like I have this personal interest in these topics because I'm trying to get my feet wet into what's going on in fintech and all that. So I found that particularly interesting, but again, challenging to say the least, because there's a lot to learn, at least from the user standpoint. And as I always say in the shows, it's like I play the average run-of-the-mill layman, and so in that from that perspective, I think one of the things that pull my attention is, of course, if I were to create a company like from scratch right now, and like a startup or something, and would I have to do it like with the mindset of whatever exit strategy I'm going to be conceiving from day one, or is it going to come at a later date? And how am I going to look into these types of alternatives, like the one that Miguel Fernandez told us about? So that's one of the things that is very intriguing, to say the least, from my standpoint. Or how am I going to get additional funds to make my company grow? And so it is very challenging for me to just learn what I need to learn in fintech in order for me to, as a startup or as a company owner that wants to grow, and how to go there without getting lost in the world of fintech technology. So that's what definitely pulled my attention and found particularly interesting. And I'm looking forward to rewatching the whole thing so I can learn more.
Yeah, it's a really great idea, new approach to how to gain access to capital, and the technology behind it in order to be able to project. Basically, you get to borrow, the way I understood it, borrow money on the money that you will be earning, and then how it incorporates ideas of for you to not over borrow, to even make suggestions of how much you should, how much you shouldn't. The technology involved I found to be quite fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then of course the transparency one with Rachel Yockey. I found it also very interesting because it's also a challenge. Not every company in the world is open to everyone being so transparent about everything, and because you might even in some cases you might even put your job on jeopardy. I don't know. But I mean, if you happen to be at the wrong company, of course. So I don't know. I like that one too. In that sense.
Yeah, well, I think that was very telling, right? You want to have transparency with clients and create that culture. You've got to do that in-house first. You can't fake it.
Yeah,
that's the key thing. I found interesting the conversation with Bob Miles. What an innovative way to monetize the unused computing power on our personal computers, specifically if you're a gamer and you've got massive computing power for that and you don't use it 24/7. If you're using that 24/7, you're probably going to need to check yourself into a hospital soon. But if not, you can monetize that unused CPU power. They can use it to mine blockchain, and you get all kinds of awards and gifts and user stuff that's fun.
And I liked how they're really in sync, that company, with who is using them and age appropriate and types of rewards, because looking at the gamers, how a lot of people that they might be partnering with are not yet 18. And so I thought it was really cool how they kind of take those things into mind and how they can keep everyone safe as well.
All right, awesome. We had one more show, just moving us along because we're running out of time. We had one more show that was leveraging AR, VR to accelerate field worker qualifications with Avangrid. Really found that interesting, really opened my eyes to how much can be done with AR, augmented reality. I see a future where you can have an Uber-like app to help you fix something in the house, and some expert comes on and you got your goggles and they walk you through doing your own repairs. I see tremendous opportunities in that space that haven't been tapped. The biggest hurdle there being the cost of the equipment. Hopefully that comes down over time. So if you guys missed those shows, check them out. They're all interesting. You'll gain something from one of them. And if those 4 don't interest you, just use the search box on our site and you can type in your topic of interest. Chances are, out of almost 400 interviews, there'll be something that will interest you. Carlos, what do we got coming up this week? I know we have a full week. We got 1 minute.
Yeah, we got 1 minute. Okay, we got tomorrow Livia Kesman from 28 Health, which is a telehealth with a women-focused telehealth company. That should be interesting too. And then, of course, on Thursday, we're going to be speaking with Ariel Lopez from knack.io. And the morning show, Tulio, you might have the info, but I do know that those 2 are confirmed, and that's what we have right here happening on DojoLIVE at the usual time, 12 p.m. Pacific.
On 10 a.m. Pacific, we have Swan Leap, so come and check us out. We have 3 shows coming up this week. See you back tomorrow at noon Pacific, 12 Pacific. Don't miss it, right here where you're watching us.
Whatever time that is here.
Be safe.
Daylight savings.